Hi everyone, and welcome to Internet Racing School, or how I like to call it, IRS Wolf, my channel. And today I'm visiting circuit which is called Little Rissington. Right, so again I continue my project which is called Lion King, and new circuit, new racing line. Let's go and let's find more new information about this circuit. Right guys, so before we go to the pit lane and find some information from the drivers, let me find information about the event first of all. And here just next to me we have a race, well, it's not a race control, it's a more like a sign-in area. So let's go there and let's see if we can find out any information about this event.
Julie Dredge.
Julie,
Yeah.
And you in charge of?
I'm the competition secretary for Rissington Kart Club.
Perfect. And can you tell me a little bit about this competition? What is it about?
Yeah, it's karting, and the age range is from age 6 through to 76. Covers lots of wide ranges. Children start from the age of 5 practicing in Bambino karts. We've got a few Bambinos here today. In total, we've got about 120 drivers today.
120?
Yeah, last meeting we had 180. We've got a couple of big meetings coming up. We've got SuperOne coming at the end of the month, and then we've got the Midland Champs for the following weekend, so it's going to be a very busy month.
So this one which we have today, this is a club championship?
This is a club championship, yeah. But what you'll see is that some of the SuperOne drivers have come here to take advantage of being able to practice and get set up.
Oh, so I'm going to go and interview them.
Yeah, I think you'll see the big awnings. I think you've probably seen them around the paddock.
Well, I've been walking around the paddock, yeah, but I'm going to interview them. Can I ask you a little bit about the circuit history?
Yeah, okay, so the circuit's been around probably since the 1950s. It was originally used by the RAF, and it used to be an old airfield. We've obviously made lots of improvements. We've been racing here since that time, and obviously we've done track, we've done lots of improvements to the track, lots of improvements to facilities here. You've got a lot of famous drivers have driven here. So Nigel Mansell drove here,
Wow.
Jenson Button's driven here. So lots of Formula One drivers have actually.
This is when they've been young.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton?
I don't know whether Lewis actually did race at Rissington. He raced quite a lot, sort of like Kim Bolton way, London, Mid-London way. But I'm not actually quite sure whether he did. But we have the Nigel Mansell Trophy here, and Nigel does support us as and when he can.
So he still supports this circuit?
Yeah, and he's got his own circuit as well, kart circuit in
that's amazing.
Honiton.
Oniton?
Yeah, Dunkerswell it's called.
I'm going to visit it definitely. Thank you for information. I'm going to visit it definitely.
Okay, I'm Jack McConnell, 66 in Senior Max, racing SuperOne. So this is the start-finish line of Little Rissington kart track. So this is coming into turn 1. Obviously we're on the left-hand side of the circuit after the last corner. So this corner is usually flat out in a senior. Once there's a bit of rubber down on the track, if you get it right. It's just important that you get your apex correct here.
Jack, so can you tell me, corner number 1, yes?
Yeah.
We use, it's a hard brake, yeah, but it's not long braking, it's a hard braking.
So turn 1, we can pretty much take that flat out, depending on the grip level. It's quite a tight corner, so you need to turn in early. Probably a small lift.
So actually it's a dub on the brake, yeah?
So,
before the corner number 1?
No, not with this corner. We don't need to use the brake at all.
Oh, we don't use the brake at all?
No.
Because we have small run out after the start.
Yeah, we do have a small run out, but if you turn in early, there should be enough rubber to carry you around. If you get it wrong, you might need a lift, but
And you don't touch inside curb?
No, don't touch it, but get as close as possible. Pretty much you need to get really close to that curb. So it's important to get an early turn in. So yeah, get an early turn in, nice apex, and then we're going to use the full exit of the circuit, get onto the exit curb. With this corner, because it's quite tight on the exit, you have to be very careful because it's easy to dip your wheel out of the exit curb and into the grass. So once we're off this corner, we want to set it up for the next right-hander.
And the corner number 2, the another 90-degree bend, yeah?
Yeah.
The same. You brake before?
Not braking again.
Not braking.
We're lifting again, using the rubber to carry speed. Be a small lift into the apex and then on the throttle as quickly as possible again.
And don't touch the curb, yeah?
Don't touch the curb now. All the curbs around here are pretty big, so you don't really use any curb at all, apart from on the exits.
Got it.
This next corner is quite a fast corner as well, turn 2. It's going to be a small lift, a nice wide entry. So you can see it's quite a late apex onto this corner. You can see almost a bit of rubber actually on the curb. We just want to get as close to that curb as possible. So with the nature of this corner is you are carrying a lot of speed, so you're going to end up sort of to the left or the centre of the straight. So we're going to come in and we're still going to stay here in the centre of the track. Have our right 2 wheels within this line.
And quickly, corner number 3, how do we use braking?
So yeah, this is a braking corner. We're getting into the middle of the circuit, holding the brakes right to the apex of the corner. It's kind of important to carry the speed, but not go in too hard. So yeah, we're braking quite hard into there. Yeah.
And as I understand, the apex is too big as well. You don't touch it because
you touch the apex at the start, but then let it run out. You don't want to hold the apex. You let the cart run out on the exit.
Don't jump over the apex. Just slightly touch
just
it.
Nice and smooth, yeah. And it's just important with this corner because we're quite tight. We want to have a really late turn in, and then we're going to have an apex just in the middle here, and the cart should end up pretty much over this central line in the circuit. This is kind of the marker you want to go for, and you know that you've got a good exit then of the turn 3.
So what chassis do you use?
This is an Esprit.
And what is your team, sorry?
The team's Cartel.
Cartel.
Cartel Motors and Motorsport. Paul Dini.
Paul Dini.
Yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about this Rotex class? This is the senior, you said, yes?
It's a senior class.
Are they the fastest one in today? Or
it's
X30 faster?
Different. If you talk to an X30 driver, X30, talk to a road tap, they're different for different tracks.
And what is the quickest lap time on this circuit for the Rotex?
This is our first time here, so we've not,
Really?
so we don't know. I would say very low 42 seconds.
42.
Yeah, maybe 42 flat.
Oh, that's weird. So and how is your day today?
Steady. We've got a few problems. Got some fuel leaks, but otherwise okay.
How many drivers you've got in the team?
We've got 4 drivers in this team.
And they all in the same category, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
So they're actually racing against each other.
On the track, yes, on the track, yeah, but not in here.
Yeah. You know, I've been at Shannington when they had the historical cards.
Yeah.
And all the teams, all the drivers been together sharing information and everything, you know. So it's really nice. Really nice to see.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, maybe not between the teams. We share the technical stuff, but
well, not
yeah,
of course. But I think like a racing line and stuff like this, I think it's not a secret anymore.
No. I mean, the drivers, they should pick it up anyway pretty quick, or they watch if you're new to a track, you just watch who's quick, and they pick it up quick.
Right. So here he is, guys. We saw junior, senior. Junior, senior. We saw the Rotex senior class. Now let's see what else we have here. This is the Cadet, yeah?
Yeah, Honda Cadet.
Honda Cadet.
Yeah.
Wow. And how are you doing today, guys?
That first heat we started 17, which is like random grid.
17.
And we came up to 4th.
Wow, 4th?
Yeah, so.
From 17?
Yeah, so happy with that.
When he started race?
He's 13 now, he started when he was 8.
5 years experience.
Yeah, and every year we give him a tougher challenge, and it's getting harder and harder. So we just work out the back of a car, so
when he started 8, he started the same class, yeah?
Yeah.
And when he gonna move a step forward?
Next season.
Next season?
Yeah.
He moving into the juniors?
We're not sure if we're going to stay in karting. We might try some kind of car racing. So you'll be 14 next year.
14, yeah?
You can do Ginetta Juniors.
Is it difficult to start on your own racing?
It isn't. If you pick a friendly circuit, people will help you. If you go to some of the smaller clubs, you know, you got lots of lad and dads just working together, and they'll help you. I think it's better to start a small club where people are on the same pace as you, and then your child can have you can enjoy overtaking, following, defending, because he's driving with kids at the same level.
You okay for having a little chat with, with your champion?
Yeah.
Here you go. Mate, what you can say about today racing?
I like this track, Rissington. It's fun, very fast, a lot of it's flat out.
And you're racing already 5 years, yeah?
Yeah.
What you can say about self-confidence 5 years ago and now?
Yes, more confident with the kart mainly, because you have to have the confidence to really be able to like brake really late and throw it into the corners, and you'll know that the kart's going to do what you want it to do in grip. Whereas maybe when I started off, it was more like I'm just trying to find the limits, and I wasn't braking as late. But now I'm more confident, and confidence gives you like winning championships, like what I've done.
And what advice you can give to the drivers, beginners? What you can say to them? Should they start racing?
Yeah, start racing, enjoy it, mainly enjoy it, and just take it from there, step by step.
Hairpin number 4, as I understand, the same.
Yeah.
But with the brakes, a bit different story.
Yeah, so you don't want to brake heavily there because it's such a long corner. Just lightly on the brakes. Let the kart sort of slow itself down using the front end. Carry the speed round, and then you want to get on the power early to get off the corner. Let it run out on the exit. So we're going to be about here. So we're going to hold the brake gently. Let the kart push in. Have an early apex here. And as soon as we hit this apex, when we brake to this apex, we're just going to get straight on the power and just let the kart flow out again. So this is the exit turn 4. Again, this is a really important corner because if you out of turn 4, if you dip your wheel here, it's very hard to get the kart back in the circuit, and you're going to end up just going right down the grass. So the next important corner really is the dog leg, which is kind of known as the tightest corner in the UK. So it's really important we set up our kart. Nice straight line. As you can see, there's a kink here, kink here. You just want to straight line that, set yourself up for the braking zone. This is probably one of the best places to overtake because we're going down a fast straight, really heavy braking zone. Going to see a lot of incidents here probably over the weekend. So again, we're going to be in the centre of the circuit, aiming the kart for the brake zone.
And that next corner, how it's called, dog leg?
The dog leg.
Dog leg.
Yeah, so
you don't touch you don't touch the curb when you enter the dog leg. You keep in the middle yourself.
You get as close to the curb, but the curb's like this size.
Yeah.
So you don't want to hit over that curb, but that's a really heavy braking corner, like the heaviest braking corner on the circuit. It's very tight, left-hander. It's important we brake really, really heavily into there, slow the kart right down, get it over to the left-hand side on the exit of the corner, and that sets us up for the next right-hander.
And the next right-hander, you take it, as you said, you can take it flat out.
Yeah, so you're coming off that corner quite slow, and then you should be putting on the power and just going around that corner flat out, pretty much. So we're going to be out braking quite wide into the corner. You want to use all the track because it's so tight on the exit. Kart's going to be here. You're going to be braking. You're going to hold your brake the whole way to the apex. As you can see, this curb's absolutely huge, so you do not want to hit this, but you want to be as close as possible. So in from 5, setting up for 6, I'm going to have the cart on this crack here along the track. I'm going to be here, and if you get this corner right, you should be on the throttle the whole way, no lift, nice late turn in, and we can see nice apex point here, and really we should end up here with the cart on the exit of the circuit, setting us up nicely for the next flat out, turn 7 and 8.
Sorry, who is racing this go-kart?
His name's Adam Bourne.
Adam Bourne.
Yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about this Bambino class, about these engines a little bit, because I've never seen them before.
Right. Okay. So they could start practicing at the age of 5 years 9 months, and then they could start doing time trials from the age of 6. So basically, like what we're doing today, you go out in sections, you go out with gaps, so you're actually racing, and the results on quick laps rather than racing. Once they get to 7, they can then do racing in this class. Wow. And then once they get to 8, they go up to Honda. So it's a 50cc Commer engine. So capable of about 40 miles an hour.
40 miles an hour?
Yeah.
5 years and 9 months.
Right, yeah.
It's really quick.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, kids in this age, like, are they confident with what they're doing?
Yeah. I mean, you can't believe the confidence, really. You know, I mean, my lad was quite lucky. He had a couple of big hits in his first couple of outings, you know, but it didn't deter him. You know, that's the main thing, is that they avoid the sort of accidents until they get confidence, and you know, can keep going. You know, but no, I mean, it's unbelievable. Some of the lads just absolutely fly round. You know, it's
wow.
They seem to have no, well, I suppose because they got no fear. You know, but yeah, it's amazing.
So this one is 115.
115 senior TKM.
Senior TKM, and this is direct gear.
No, we're we're on what they call a touch and go tag. So yes, it is a direct.
You fire up with that gun?
No, not with the gun. No,
with the button,
just start, touch and go.
Is this one going to be quicker or slower than the Rotax and the X30?
Oh, they're different formulas. Different,
yeah?
Yeah, different formulas. Yeah, they are a little bit slower than the Rotax and X30s. I think the reason people go into this formula is because the racing's so tight, it's so close.
And I heard that this one on a budget is more competitive. Like you don't have to spend that much.
Well, I think you still have to spend a lot of money.
Well,
initial starting, set up new chassis, new engines. That's the big cost, and then the rest is the tooling, really. So once you've got all the tooling, and then I guess it's just budgeting per race meeting that you do.
Jack, can I ask you just a question? Can you tell me a little bit about this Little Rissington circuit? If you can briefly take me through the best racing line.
Well, I don't know many names of the corners and that.
Well, let's call them corner number 1, 2, 3.
Well, most of the tracks actually flat out. So you've got corner 1, which is flat. Then you can lift off or take the next one flat. You've got to get in the middle of the track because you can't go wide because you're taking the flat. So you've got to then get on the brakes quick, turn in, but you drift it out wide, let it go.
In the corner number 3,
Then come back for corner 4. Turn in, but you don't turn in first, you turn in on the second part of the apex. Let the cart run out wide, but don't hit the curb because the curb takes you right off line. Done that a few times, I wouldn't recommend. Then you just straight down to the dog leg.
Yeah.
I think it's the tightest corner in
British
motorsport. So it's hard on the brakes, and then you've got to kind of drift it out, come in, because if you can take 2 lines, you can come in straight. But then if you come in a bit wider, it's easier to turn it out, but that's the most important corner. And then out of there is flat the whole way around, a corner and then a corner, so it's flat out, and then that one.
So it's a right-hander, and the third right-hander flat out.
Yeah, flat out, and then so straight from the dog leg flat out because you're almost stopped at the dog leg, and then it's late on the brakes again, turn in. You can hit the curb, but you can take it. You don't have to hit the curb on the final corner, and then it's just round like that, back to the start finish.
Right, so here is, guys, we had the information about the TKM class with the clutch, so it's not direct gear. Direct gear doesn't have a clutch, so all the power goes straight into the wheels. So, and if you want to start that car, you have to push start. Where this one, you have a button and a battery, so you can start it with the button. Right, guys, so here we are. Next to me, James, yes?
Yes.
What
Nice
is your
to
full
meet
name?
you. James Johnson.
James Johnson. And James, can you first of all tell a little bit about your go-kart? This is a Rotax Senior.
Yeah, this is a Rotax Senior. It's a 125cc with a carburetor, an airbox. You've got your radiator and things like that. There's a lot of things you could do to them to make them go faster in different ways, sort of thing. So faster out the corners, faster down the straights. You know, it's about combining it and getting the happy medium.
Is that Tony Kart chassis?
This is it's an OTK, original
OTK.
Tony Kart. Yeah, they're near enough all the same. Some of them are just painted different colours. So
Yeah.
this one's actually called an Alonso car.
And can you tell me how is your day today?
How's my day going
Yeah,
today? Well, we practiced all day yesterday on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Did really well, you know, up in the mix, you know, top 3 in times. Went out for our first heat, then started 9th, got through to 3rd by the first lap, and then went through to 1st and led the race and won.
Wow.
But that's just that's just one heat. There's a lot more to go. You've got 3 heats, 3 random grid positions. Where you finish in those 3 heats determines where you start for the final.
Mm-hmm.
So if you won all 3 heats, you'd start first for the final.
Yeah.
But wherever you finish in the final, if you finish in the top 3 in the final, you obviously get trophies and things like that. So the last race at the end of the day, the main final, that's the hard one.
Can I ask you another question? What is your plans for future? Like where are you looking at in the cars?
I'd love to go into cars. It's my dream to go into cars and race cars. I've done a couple of test days in a Radical. Been in a Radical before. Yeah, I got called along to go in a Radical for a free test day, which was absolutely amazing.
Wow.
And they said I did really well. I was really quick, overtaking some other Radicals as well, doing really well my first day. But then it gets to like we need this much money, and it's, you know, we'll do you a good deal.
Yeah.
But they can't expect me to just go there for free, you know, and I can't afford it. I mean, as much as I'd love to go to the next step and see what I'm capable of and capable of doing, it's
still everything about money.
Racing, with racing, it's money. I've known people who have done karting for a year and they've gone abroad and they've raced every single weekend, and you're talking they're spending £100,000 or over.
Wow.
Yeah, just on a go-kart, you know, because you've got the team cost, the entry cost, the tyres, the go-karts, the travel, the hotels, everything comes into play, and by the end of the year when you add it all up, for cars it would be 2 times, 3 times. And it's like, you know, do you really want to, I mean, if I had a sponsor, it would be absolutely amazing. But who knows?
Well, maybe someone will see my video.
Hopefully.
Leave your contact.
We'll
Leave
see,
your
we'll
contact.
see. Yeah.
Any
So,
website?
Yeah. No, I don't have a website, but the name's James Johnson. I'm sure
Johnson.
they'll see me around on YouTube or,
Exactly.
you know, I mean,
Facebook.
YouTube, whatever.
It's the 2 next right-handers.
Yeah, 2 right-handers.
Yeah.
So the first one you keep away about cart length.
Yeah,
from
you keep away from the apex,
from
stay
the
on the
apex.
rubber, let the cart exit nicely. We don't need to use exit curbs there. It's kind of important that we keep flat out around there. We don't want to come off the power really at all. And then have a nice early turn in to turn 8. Stay on the rubber, get close to the second apex, and let the cart run out again on the exit. due to the circuit being so wide, we actually don't use the apex in this corner, which is something you don't really hear much of. And the closer we're going to get to this apex is probably a cart length away. We're just going to bring the cart here nicely. Now we're going to think about turn 8, so you can see, again, you want to get a nice early turn in. Again, we can see the rubber where people are turning in here, hitting the apex. You're going to run it right out to these exit curbs here. Some people dip the wheels onto this part of the exit curb. I don't really think you need to, but you want to be as close to here as possible if you've got a good exit. So as soon as we're here, we're flat out. We're going to be bringing the cart over to the right hand side of the track.
And then you switch to the right, and
yeah, so we switch to the right to set us up for the left-hander here. Apex here, over here.
Yeah.
It's quite a tight corner, so we're using the brakes pretty heavily. Braking to the apex, carrying the speed around, get a nice exit off it again. So that'll set us up for this little section here, onto this last flat-out corner.
Flat out,
yeah.
And keep near the apex.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And it's somewhere middle apex, yeah. Or
so
early.
You're coming in. Your entry is in the middle of the circuit.
Yes.
You don't need to go right to the left, and then turn in nice early, flat out onto this, and then we'll run out onto this exit curb on the start finish. This corner's important. We want to brake in a straight line. We don't want to brake at an angle, or else we're going to lose the rear end grip again. So the important part of turn 9 is carrying speed. So we're going to turn in nice and early. We're going to be holding the brake, not roll the car in. We want to keep it nice and loaded up. We've got a big curb here again. We don't want to hit this. We should be braking, and as soon as we get to this apex on the power, we want to let the cart run out again. And the important thing with turn 9 is we don't want to hit this curb on the exit. So the last corner on the Little Rissington track, turn 10, we want to set ourselves up again. We're going to come out. We don't need to be that wide on the entry for this. There's going to be a lot of rubber here, so we're going to be able to turn in quite tight. So we're going to use the centre of the circuit as our turn-in point. We're going to turn in early, get a nice early apex, and we're going to be running right out to these exit curbs, right to the start-finish line, and that's the full lap of Little Rissington circuit. Yeah, so these are the racing, braking, acceleration lines for the senior class, senior road tax. The lines are general for every class, really. You know, everyone sort of does the same thing. Carrying a bit more speed if you're in a slower speed class, but yeah, that's basically pretty much it.
No, direct drive.
Direct drive?
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me where's the difference between clutch and direct drive? I mean, I know that this one don't have a clutch.
Basically, this hasn't got an onboard starter or anything, so you got to pick it up and push it to get it started.
Yeah.
Whereas you got to effectively bump started to turn the crank over. Whereas on the clutch one, the onboard starter spins the crank to start it up, and then obviously the clutch allows it to idle, so you can start the engine up on the dummy grid.
And how is the big difference going to be on the lap times?
Well, this one's slower than the senior TKM anyway, because it's a different class, it's a clubman class.
But if we speak about this one TKM, non-clutch, and the TKM with a clutch, is that going to be a big difference?
They're supposed to be the same.
The same, yeah?
Supposed to be the same, but the tag ones, which have got the onboard starters, they're generally, on most cases, quicker.
Can you briefly take me around this circuit with the best racing line?
Yeah, I can do. It's without an actual track map in front of me, I wouldn't be able to show you the exact line. But it's, you know, you go the outside of the track, and when you go round the corner.
I have a map in the car.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We'll get the map. We'll go get the map. Yeah. Okay, we'll get the map. Okay, so basically, every track, every line's different. This track, you've got two different tracks. The gearbox track is the blue one, which go around the whole of the outside, and the red one are the ones for the younger people, karts that aren't that as fast and things like that, karts with the lock grippy tyres. So the red line is the one which we are, that's the bit of the track which we are going to do, but the red line will actually be here, and we will be following it, going from here, going around there, you will go wide there, you will cut back tight here. You will be pushed over to the outside there. You will go back a little bit into the middle of the track, around the inside, hook, back to the middle of the track here. Then you will go out, and then you will cut back to get a good run onto the main straight. So you will hit the apex there, and then you will go wide, and then you will get a good run onto the straight, leading you all the way down to the hardest corner in the circuit, which is called the dog leg. The dog leg, you must hold the brake and jack the back wheel to pick it up and get the engine at revs, keep it going. So you cut that, you go hang it back a little bit, and then you cut that again, cut that there. Here, you're going pretty quick down here. This is a flat out part of the track. That is flat out there. You take that tight, you go back out wide, this is flat out again, and you go tight. So with being so quick and going so quick around this part of the circuit, because you are going flat out, the kart will automatically be pushed to the outside of the track.
Yeah.
Which means you will need to push it back over. So when you go back over to the right of the track, then you go wide and you take the apex, and then you go wide again, around there. And that's the start. This is the start-finish line.
And when you exit this left-hander, you stay on the right-hand side.
Stay on the right-hand side of the track here. You will move into the middle to get a good run for this corner.
Right, guys. So look, I found another amazing category, class. How's that? Class, yeah?
Class, yeah. I am a cadet.
What's your name, sir?
Jerry.
Jerry. So can you tell a little bit about this class?
Well, it's 8 to 12 years old. This is a 60cc engine, Miami Gazelle. It's only about, sadly, not many today in here racing.
Only 3 we have, yeah?
Only three. Hopefully we'll get more next month. There's a Midland Championship, because that's the biggest race for the club. So hopefully we'll get more next month. Yeah, I mean, this is like in a nutshell.
Are they the same? I mean, by all the performances, are they the same like Honda Cadet?
Well, Honda Cadets are what I know, they're 4-stroke engines. These are 2-stroke engines. But performance-wise, out there, the times are very, very close.
Yeah.
Lap times between the IAMs, at least at this track, the lap times are very, very similar. So we just looked at the results. For example, the Hondas did a 49.1.
Yeah.
And the IAMI did a 49.2. So.
So it's only 1/10.
1/10, yeah, very close time.
So Super Ones, they run these engines.
Yeah. That's the legal engine. And, you know, if you're running under the MSA rules and regulations, you have to run these engines, and obviously there's a fiche. It's all regulated. So if you're running in any the club championship, anything under the MSA, you gotta run it with the proper specs and the proper fiche. So everybody's kind of on the same.
Where you usually run what championships?
So this year it was this is our first year running the national championship, Super One. Our lad is a rookie, and it's been a big challenge for him. Going fellow with the faster boys in the country. He's doing really well. He's again, it's expectation. So progressing is doing better as we go along, and in the last race he finished in the top 10 for the first time.
Top 10.
So it was quite a big achievement for us.
is it. This is the end of the day, the end of another video about Little Rissington. I hope you like this video. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Any comments, leave them down below in the comment section. All the details about Little Rissington circuit I will leave you in description down below. And this is it, guys. This is the end of another video about Lion King. And see you next time. See ya!